Welcome to Soihen's Quick Guide 2, first episode, PvP. So you just install Minecraft, you see your favorite Minecraft YouTuber play any PvP game mode, you try to play it and you're trash. Today, we're gonna cover some topics that I personally wished I knew when I first started the game a year ago. This is a general guide to PvP, so we're not gonna have any specific game mode like Bed Wars or Skyward, but I am gonna make those in the future if you guys want to. This guide isn't for the very advanced PvPers. This guide is meant for beginners who just started the game. Personally, if a friend asked me how do I play PvP, I will probably say to him what I'm gonna say in this video. If you guys like the format, don't forget to tell me in the comments, so I'm gonna make more. But yeah, let's get into the guide. So let's talk about sprint resetting. You don't have Minecraft PvP without sprint resetting. So the way you hold a combo in Minecraft is by dealing a lot of knockback. If you guys don't know what the combo is, it's pretty much hitting your opponent as long as possible without him hitting you. So if I quickly place a pigman and I just press W and I sprint, after a while he's not gonna take a lot of knockback. But as you guys saw, when I first hit him, that dealt a lot of knockback. Hold on, that didn't work. The first hit dealt a lot of knockback, but the hits after that, there's not as much knockback. And it's pretty hard when you try to like hold combos. See, he's not gonna take a lot of knockback, I'm gonna run into him and I'm not gonna be able to hold a combo. So this is where sprint resetting comes in. As the name suggests, you just reset your sprint, which you pretty much what you're gonna do, you're gonna do the first hit as many times as possible. There's multiple ways. Probably the best way or the easiest way is by W tapping. So right now I'm gonna sprint. You guys cannot see that I'm sprinting because I don't have the dynamic FOV. I'm gonna turn it on. So right now I'm sprinting, so I'm gonna go ahead, press W, hit him. When he turns red, I'm gonna let go of W and go again, let go again, let go, and so on. He's gonna deal a lot of knockback. So quick comparison, no sprint resetting, that took a lot of time to get him off the platform, but with sprint resetting it's way easier. I've seen in survival it's gonna be like weirder than in the actual server. It's actually gonna deal way more knockback than you think so, but because in servers like Hypixel or whatever, the knockback is gonna be weirder because of lag and other factors, but it's still a decent way to practice sprint resetting even in a single player world. There's other ways of sprint resetting. Another very common way is by S tapping. If you guys look at my keybinds, S tapping, you press S and you let go of S. Usually do it with the same finger you press W. Now let me quickly demonstrate it. Do this. It's a bit harder for beginners, but at the end of the day, do what feels more comfortable to you. Another very common way of block hitting, which is also a very good way of block hitting, which a lot of people do, is by block hitting. Block hitting also resets your sprint. So if I hit him, block hit, hit him, block hit, hit him, block hit, he takes a lot of knockback. Obviously you're not gonna do it so slow. You're usually gonna, you know, click him, and whenever you hit him, you're gonna actually block it. A lot of beginners, they spam sprint resetting, so they do this, they hit both like clicks. I don't recommend it. Usually there's times where you should do this. Usually no, because it makes you very slow. So yeah, time to actually time your sprint resets. As well, I see people, they spam, you know, W. It's gonna stop you a lot. It's not you won't be able to move as fast and you'll lose the combo. Personally, my favorite way of practicing sprint resetting is by playing sumo duels on Hypixel or sumo duels in general. You should probably just play sumo duels until it's like, I lost. Try and play sumo duels until it's more or less muscle memory. You shouldn't really think about sprint resetting in a fight because there's a lot of factors you should think about in the first place. Just play sumo duels until it's more or less muscle memory to like sprint reset. That's what a lot of people have done, and I played a lot of sumo duels, so to me it's just muscle memory. At first it's gonna be a bit tough, you're gonna have to think about it, but after some time you'll get used to it. It's not that hard. Okay, let's quickly talk about CPS. CPS stands for clicks per second. As you guys can see, I have my CPS counter right here. So now, it's quite controversial. Some people say aim for the highest CPS possible. Some people say you don't need to. I'm gonna give my own opinion. It's my own opinion, and many people have different opinions on this topic. So, if I normal click, I don't get the most CPS. Obviously, you know, it's normal click. You usually don't get past like 11 CPS on normal click unless you're doing like one finger J click. But the thing with normal click is very good for aiming. Now, I have this thing called CPS to aim ratio. What does this mean? This means how good you can aim while dealing the most CPS or clicking the most CPS. For example, if I J click, yes, I'll get more CPS, but if I have a really bad aim, you know, what's the point? Minecraft is a very aiming based game, right? If I J click, for example, and my aim is, you know, all over the place, I don't think it's really worth like J clicking. Obviously you can get better, obviously you won't be good at J clicking from the start, but until you learn how to J click, just normal click. A lot of people's argument is when you click a lot of CPS, you take less knockback. That is true, but let's be honest, it's not like you're gonna take that less knockback. It's not like it's worth, you know, just learning how to click the most CPS, but your aim is trash. And you know, sort of like high pixel knockback is weird anyway. So just click as much CPS as you can while being able to aim decent. Also, something to note about is when you click more CPS, you move slower. Probably the most thing that people forget about. If I jump and click on him, you guys can see when I click on him, I move slower. The more CPS I click, the slower I move. So if I J click, you guys can see I move slower when I jump into him. But if I normal click, I don't move as slow. But again, if I click more CPS, it's actually quite hard to move. Also, I can find a real person. See, I move extremely slow. And I'm J clicking. Imagine if I was butterfly clicking. And this is important sometimes. What if I'm trying to kill someone, but I move slower and he's gonna be able to combo me a bit easier? Obviously, this is not that noticeable in game, but I'm just saying, hey, there's disadvantages and advantages to clicking faster. I'm not saying that clicking fast is useless, but let's be honest, if you just play Bed Wars for fun, or even if you try to win a lot, it's not gonna be that important. There's a lot of people that normal click and have a lot of stars and are really good in Bed Wars. Now, let's quickly talk about projectiles in PvP. So, first of all, we have rodding. Why is rodding so important? If you guys don't know, the way you also can get the combo very easily is by stopping the other player movement. How do we do that? Is by using projectiles like a fishing rod, like arrows, or as you guys can see, I stopped his movement really quickly, and that's how I got a quick combo on him. So if you can stop the other player movement, it's way easier to get a combo on him. That's why a lot of people use fishing rods, snowballs, eggs in scours, for example. That's what sorta separates a good player from a decent player, right? See, he's also, you know, rodding me. I cannot even touch him. Why? Because he's stopping my movement. And if I stop his, you know, it's easier to combo him. Again, that's because I stopped his movement. I stopped his sprinting. That's why it's always annoying to play against a player that knows how to rod very good. Now, rodding is probably the most common way to stop players' movements. But as I said, for example, if I go into Skyros duel, I show you guys snowballs. Personally, I think snowballs are easier because they're easier to spam, or eggs. Also, I don't know why everyone's leaving. Probably the easiest way to practice this is by, you know, just playing Scours duels or playing Scours in general. Obviously, Scours is a bit harder. So, for example, I have these here. I have some speed, which I'm going to talk about in a bit. So, again, eggs are easier to hit. Fishing rod is better in the sense that it's easier not to waste it. You know, it has longer durability. Also, this guy wants to be weird. Whatever, I'll go on him. So, yeah, if I just do this, see, it's easier to hold combos. Yeah, also, the way you can use eggs or fishing rods is when you're chasing someone and he won't stop, you know, running, you can rod him or snowball him and you'll be able to catch him since it stops his movement. No, it doesn't knock him away, it's actually gonna pull you further in. That's why it's very important to, you know about the fact that the fishing rod can stop player's movement. As I said, we're gonna talk about speed right now. Speed is probably the most useful thing you can use in PvP. That's why it's like one of the most important items in Skyward. You might think, why so? You know, why does speed make you such a legend? Because speed, if you guys don't know, increases your reach. Increases your reach, so it's easier to combo people. As you guys can see, he couldn't touch me. Why? Because he had the kit where he didn't have speed. Now, if both players have speed, it doesn't matter. But if you can get speed and the other player doesn't, it's gonna be just easier to actually combo him. That's why I think speed is also important in Bed Wars. It's just easier to kill people. And if you also use projectiles, like I told you guys to do, you can Dude. Okay, it's pretty much just the easiest way to hold a combo by comboing, just by mixing projectiles with speed. I think that's very important to do so. So again, prioritize speed potions any way you can. Just, it's very important. It's like a horror movie if you cannot get speed also. He also has speed, so it doesn't really matter. But if you guys saw like 2 games ago, you saw, you know, how I combo with the guy with speed. The last section of this video, I want to tell you guys about strafing. Why is strafing so important? Strafing is sorta in the movement category of Minecraft, and if you guys, you know, it sounds weird, but Minecraft is mostly a movement-based combat game. You know, again, as I told you guys, a combo is, you know, you hit your opponent without him hitting you. So if you can try and maximize your combo potential in Minecraft, that's how you can kill people the easiest way and fastest way. How do we make us be able to hit him and him not being able to hit us? That's where strafing comes in. Strafing is pretty much you press A and D with the purpose of, you know, making your opponent not being able to hit you. Now, it's a bit more advanced. It's not as easy to do. It definitely takes a bit more practice than W tapping, but it's also very worth, you know, being able to hit him. As you guys will look at my keybind really quick, you guys can see how I'm pressing A and D after every hit. And it's very hard for him to hit me. Obviously now it depends on the player, but he's very confused on where I'm going. Obviously that's because of how much Hypixel like duels, boxing duels suck. Well, it's a good opportunity to practice on him. So again, after every hit, I'm gonna press A and D like this, and between A and D, I'm gonna W tap as well. As you guys can see, it's very hard for him to hit me because I'm strafing. Now there's different types of strafing. Now there's things called a combo circle where you just go in one way. You know, as you guys can see, I like alternating my A and Ds. That just because it makes it harder for your opponent to hit me. Here's the thing, the more random your strafing is, the harder it's gonna be for your opponent to hit you. You know, that just makes sense. So I guess you could say this is like the only thing you can spam in Minecraft. As you guys can see, today I cannot even hit me right now because of my strafing. As you guys can see, I pretty much spam A and D. There isn't really a pattern to it. So I think it's just important to just be random, you know. It's very hard to like hit someone when someone is strafing. Obviously it's hard to show you guys in Hypixel boxing duels. Now if I go into a boxing game, it's easier to show you guys how easy like how strafing works a bit easier. You can see if I strafe, really hard for him to hit me. Also, I quickly want to mention something about CPS, which I forgot to mention. In the CPS section, it's easier to start a combo with higher CPS, but it's easy to maintain one even with low CPS. Just a heads up. So yeah, you guys can see strafing. Even if he strays on me, it's hard to hit him. But if I strafe on him, it's hard for him to hit me. So yeah, that's like the strafing section. It's very important to learn how to strafe as well, especially in a game like Skywars where you have speed. See, right now what I'm doing is I'm circling him. That's how it's called. And if I switch, again, just be random about it. Don't always have the same strafing patterns because sometimes it's easier to predict and it's easier to hit him. Also, you can start combos with strafing. You don't have to just go straight into it. And I can also mix my sprint resets. There's some techniques that I'm not gonna cover in this video. For example, bow boosting, jump resetting. Those are more advanced techniques. They take some practice and they're not really useful, you know, in every scenario, and they aren't really meant for beginners. If you guys want another video like this one where it's a bit more advanced, don't forget to tell me in the comments. And yes, I am gonna make videos about this for Bedwars, Skywars as well. And if you just like the video format, don't forget to drop a like, and I'll see you guys next video. Oh, before I end the video, if you guys have any questions about anything I said in this video, I know it's more fast-paced, it's a bit more confusing for new players, so if you guys just have a question about this, don't forget to tell me in the comments. Okay, now I'll end the video. Bye.